question.
Right. What were some rules you had to follow in school?
In school. Rules. Let's see. Boy, I can't even remember. School. Well, I think that I'm not sure that that was much different than the rules that you have to follow.
Like the regular, like, be nice to your peers and like listen to the teacher?
Well, listen to the teacher would be one. I don't know that there was much emphasis back then on being nice to your peers. But you couldn't smart off in class nearly as much as today. You had to keep your mouth shut, or well, I was kind of the class clown though, so I used to say funny things in, I don't know, grade school, junior high, but I don't remember getting sent to the office very much.
Right.
What was I sent to the office for? One time I was sent there, but I can't remember what for. Yeah, because I had to talk to the guidance counselor, and she told me, she said, well, here, Mr. Martin here is working on bus schedules or things, and he has to take time out to deal with this sort of thing. And whatever that was, I don't remember.
You and Murray Jenner?
Huh?
Something you and Murray Jenner did?
Well, that's possible. But most of the trouble we got into was out of school.
All right. Do you remember any of the consequences for breaking any school rules that you can remember?
I think you had to stay after school.
Like a detention sort of thing?
Yeah, except that I rode a school bus, and so they couldn't keep me after school because I'd missed the school bus. So people that rode the school bus didn't have to worry about that too much. So I think probably the consequences were that they called your parents, because anytime I did something like that, my mother seemed to know about it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Do you remember rules that you had to follow at home?
The rules at home were doing all the things that they told me to do, like mowing the lawn and stuff like that.
Like doing your regular chores?
Regular chores, yeah. Doing your homework. I suppose that I wasn't really supposed to beat up my brothers and sisters, but that didn't.
I think that might be something your parents would be against.
But that didn't stop me. I mean, you can interview my sister Sharon about that one. She claims that I beat her up all the time. I think she imagined it. I think that you were supposed to get off the school bus at your home stop, though, and not get off at the neighbors and go play with them, because I got in big trouble for that one time.
All right.
But then so did Marcy, I think. Or
What?
was it?
Mom.
No, it was Mike. It was Mike that got off at Todd's
Uncle.
house, and the bus driver called us and filed a report on him because he didn't stay on the bus until we got to our
Blame
stop.
me for something Uncle Mike did.
And what the heck did you do?
Oh, I used to play in the creek on the way home and lose my clothes. Or lose my shoes in the creek.
on Leah Lane, that creek?
Yeah.
Yeah?
This interview has taken an unexpected turn.
No, that creek that goes right behind Pooh's Corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used
know
to
the
go
one.
down into there and play in the creek, and then I'd
Yeah.
forget what I was supposed to be doing, and I'd leave my shoes, and then I'd come home without shoes, and you guys would be really mad at me.
Okay.
I don't suppose that I was supposed to take the car out when I was in junior high at nighttime.
You did that?
No, I just remember not being supposed to. No,
Yeah.
that was something Murray Jenner and I did.
I'm hearing a lot about your friend.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he was a bad influence. And,
It's so weird how you're blaming Murray.
Okay, what types of games would you play with your friends? Like Murray?
Games?
hmm
Like hopscotch?
Like any outdoor games, or even if you would
Outdoor
like stay
games?
inside.
I
or
don't
something.
remember playing games with Murray a lot. I remember playing games at home, but not with my friends.
Do you remember what kind of games you would play? Like, would you do it with your family or?
Family games, yeah, sorry a lot.
So, like, do you think typically board games?
I think so. What else did we have back then that said sorry? I remember playing that a lot.
I know you're not asking Shire, like she was alive then. Thanks, Marcy. You're welcome, honey.
When I got a little older, Scrabble. We used to play Scrabble a lot. Oh, Monopoly. Monopoly was biggie. Yeah, played Monopoly a lot. Mostly what I did with my friends was go to their house or they come to my house and then we'd find a way to get into trouble.
You
Right.
guys used to ice skate, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. We would all ice skate a lot in the winter time. There was a pond behind the house there. Before there was that one, there was another one just a little further down that we used to ice skate on.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Do you remember what kind of clothes you would have to wear to school? Like if they had a dress code or what was like?
Didn't have a dress code, and I can't even remember what clothes I wore in college, much less. I think just like flannel shirts and long
Like jeans.
corduroy pants and things. Not jeans so much. We didn't wear jeans.
Did you have school clothes and play clothes, Dad?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember much of anything about that far back.
It is really far.
Yeah, you're very amused, but here I am. It's a big blank as far as these kinds of things. But I think we had to change clothes when we came home. And, maybe there were jeans, but I don't remember what it was. Just old pants, I think, or something.
Okay. What age did you finish your school and like you start working like full time? Like, do you have to go? Like, how many years would you have to go back to school to get your degree?
Well, I graduated from college in '63, and I started teaching in '64.
All
I
right.
took some graduate courses in the meantime, and then started teaching in '64. So, 51 years ago, I
Wow,
started teaching.
that's a long time to be teaching.
That's why I can't remember any of this, what I wore or anything.
Okay.
I just remember getting on the school bus in the morning, or then coming home and riding my bike over to Murray Jenner's. There was a lot of, we had woods all over the place behind our house and behind. He lived on Lake Ontario, but across the road was a bunch of woods and a down a little ways was a Boy Scout camp and everything, and so we'd run around through the woods there, do that sort of thing.
Alright.
Were you playing like make-believe games, like you were explorers, or?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that we were doing much make-believe. I don't remember what we did. I just remember us running around in the woods.
You also took the car and drove between the trees in the woods.
Oh yeah, when I got into around the time that I was in 8th grade, Dad gave me a car to drive, a field car that used to be the family car. You know, it was a 42 Dodge, which they didn't make very many of because the war started and they stopped making cars for the early 40s. But we had one of the rare 42 Dodges, and this was in, after the war. It was in 48 or 49, or somewhere 50 maybe. He let me have that car then for the field, and we had a track that went back through the field, so my friends and I used to drive the car with a suicide knob on it. You know what a suicide knob is?
No.
Nice curveball.
Ever seen a steering wheel with a knob on it that your hand can hold on to and twirl the wheel? You ever seen one?
I have.
Yeah. I noticed L.A. Jennings has one on his lawn tractor steering wheel to turn the wheel. I thought that was interesting, but they used to put them on cars a lot, and they were called suicide knobs because they could spin back on you, I guess, or something. Because you could twirl the wheel really fast with them.
And you would do this for fun?
Well, wasn't it because if you hit it, that thing right in your chest?
Yeah, maybe that was it. I know they had a reason they called them suicide knobs. And,
yeah.
And cars weren't made as safely back then anyway, you know. Some had steering wheels with points on them and stuff. And, but the suicide knob could really hurt you in an accident, but people put them on their cars. And I had a suicide knob on my Dodge that I drove through the woods, because you could twirl the wheel and you could tear through the woods, and then there was this place where there was an acute turn that you had to make or else it would hit more trees, and you twirled the wheel, you could slide around and keep going at a fair rate of speed.
Okay, do you understand Grandpa saying he was Tokyo drifting around in the woods?
Alright.
Well, the trees were like this far from your fenders, and we were going at quite a bit of speed, and I generally was able to keep from hitting any of the trees, but Murray Jenner put dents in my fenders from trying to do it.
He really was a bad influence.
But you could get up ahead of speed out in the field, because at the time, where Ron's house is, you know, and all on Shoemaker Road, there was all open field, so I could have a straightaway all the way down there.
Wow.
So that was once I got to that age, there were lots of things like that I would do. But before that, we just run around in the woods.
Okay, so before you almost killed yourself, you just run around. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Can you describe a memory of one of your birthdays? Like, as early on as you can.
One of my birthdays. Remember that thing that I got, Sharon sent me, you know, from the old Webster Herald celebrating birthdays?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember this, but it said, it gave grandparents' names, and were present at a dinner party for Master Bobby Happ, who was celebrating his second birthday or third or something like that, with a dinner party. That kind of stupid stuff was in the Webster Herald, the town paper.
So would you say that your family made like a big deal about birthdays, or did you just kind of like do like a laid back thing?